the brutality of what's happening, the sounds that go with it, the use of anything around, all your surroundings, from chairs to lampshades to throwing you through, I don't know what they are, banisters like in the middle of the room.
Yeah.
This is visceral. That's the only word I can describe it. It is visceral. You feel everything that's happening here.
From the moment he walks in, says a name, and he hits it, he like elbows him in the back of the head, and Bond goes down, and without a second, he grabs that chair, smashes it. Like his reaction to it is just. This feels like the prototype to obviously the fighting, the end fight in GoldenEye. That kind of small space where there's the grunting. Like I say, when the punches hit, you have that sort of slightly sickening, kind of fleshy pound to it. That you are grabbing anything and everything, that you're being thrown around. Also it shows that it's like Bond has met a physical match or actually someone who's even stronger than he is. He has that sheer sort of strength and build that he really does sort of struggle with that and has to sort of, you know, has to have a real kind of, he's really tested in this fight. And I just think it is brilliant down to, let's say, and the fact that even Bond pulls his gun out because it's like even he's sort of struggling. There's a bit of like, oh, I can't quite deal with this guy. I'm going to have to pull my gun on it. It feels every time I watch it, feels hugely influential when you look at anything else, any other action film, the Bourne series, anything like that. It feels like everyone is sort of there's these sort of touch mark points, and you've got the Red Grant fight, and I feel like this is definitely one of them in the series.
Bond with ruffles.
Oh
Oof.
yeah,
Very good. Very, very good. So I love the set. I love the usage of the set as well. Another small thing that I think drags us in even more is the fact that certain moments in the fight, the camera is higher than the protagonists, than the fighters,
Yeah.
and looking down on the action, which makes you feel like this is in a room, like because it's the only place you could go to get that view. It feels like because they chose to shoot it that way with that intimacy, you are so sucked into the confinement of the fight. It's superb. The choreography of the fight again is absolutely brilliant. But it's that thing again, isn't it? Like using all your surroundings to your advantage and adapting and improvising constantly. And it's really jolly dangerous again, which is and you get that feeling that, this guy is unbelievably tough, Chi-Chi. He takes five hooks to the face before he even replies. It's absolutely incredible. And then he's not bothered, and then he cracks on. It's superb. And Bond meeting a match and having to get out of it and still retaining that level of cool and class. And as you say, unruffledness. Well, no, despite wearing ruffles. It's so electric, this. And again, it's that thing where, I don't buy for a second that he's not James Bond.
No.
I don't question myself at any point. And also, he's flipping hard. He plays me as a hard man. So I just really, really enjoy it. But again, this shows why the Majesty is a unique film in its own way, not just because of what happens at the end, not just because of so many other aspects to it, but these small things all the way through. And also, like, this is a unique James Bond as well. This is a different James Bond to the one at the time, to the one we've been watching 5 films prior. Not just enjoyable, but it's fascinating.
There's something about On Her Majesty's Secret Service that makes me feel something different than any of the other films in it. And it's like this eeriness about it. The kind of, I don't know what it is, that it's the camera angles, it's the shots, it is the sets. Even the colouring of this with the red
mm,
lighting when I come in. There is something about this film that puts me on edge from the minute I watch it. I can't
mm.
sit and relax with this film. And that's what sets it apart. It's every single camera shot, every single sound effect, every single detail in this film is deliberate. It's deliberate and it's special. These days, you don't get that. You're picking holes and about people's laziness and here and there. Every single bit is deliberate. And
Yeah. No score here. No score. No, but because of that, you feel bruised afterwards because you've heard every single strike. You felt it. Oh, you've been beaten up. Essentially.
And it obviously sort of no, it doesn't end comically, but there is a slight sort of comic thing where he sort of sits up and drops down. But it is brutal from beginning to end. It is a brutal fight, and you just don't see Bond being kind of pushed to those physical limits that often. But then he sort of, puts his gun away and then walks out. Has a bit of caviar, and that's it. That's James Bond, isn't it? Not doesn't look like he's broke into a sweat. Brilliant.
Gatecrasher, I'll leave you to tidy up. Royal Beluga, north of the Caspian.